Hello once again, and thank you for joining us here at home as we continue this short reflection on the lives of the saints. The subject of today's reflection is often referred to as the Apostle to the English, St. Augustine of Canterbury. Augustine was actually born in Rome and at a very early age joined a monastery. He very quickly, probably due to his great abilities, rose to the position of prior, that is, second in command in the monastery, where the future Pope Gregory the Great was actually the abbot. In 596, he was chosen by Gregory, by now the Pope, to lead a mission of some 30 monks to evangelise the Anglo-Saxons, here in particular in the southeast of England. But en route from Rome to England, fear began to set in among his companions. They wanted indeed to return to Rome, and Pope Gregory gave them fresh encouragement, and he defined Augustine's authority more clearly. He had actually had him consecrated bishop. They were eventually, a year after leaving Rome, to land here in England in Ebbsfleet in Kent in the year 597. Initially they were received cautiously by the King of Kent, Ethelbert, but later, after a period of time, he gave them a house in Canterbury and indeed allowed them to preach to the people of the area. And he himself, after some time, was received into the church. In fact, by the year 601, Ethelbert and many of his people were baptised, which necessitated more clergy coming from Rome. They arrived bringing with them many books, relics, and indeed altar vessels which were needed more and more. Augustine's idea was to convert in small areas a little at a time, rather than try to evangelise in one large area. He was to build the first cathedral at Canterbury. The cathedral itself was staffed by married clerics as well as priests. He was also to found the monastery of St. Peter and Paul, as he called it, later to be called St. Augustine's. This was just outside the walls of Canterbury. He was also to found a new diocese at Rochester. Much of the architecture that was there was based on that of the churches and the buildings in Rome. He was also keen to secure the cooperation of British bishops in the evangelisation of the Anglo-Saxons. Sadly, this wasn't to happen. It failed, but none of that being Augustine's fault. He was able to consecrate his successor, indeed a fellow missionary that had travelled with him from Rome, Lawrence. He was able to do so much in such a short time. And we, the Christians of England, surely owe so much to St. Augustine, who was to die in the year 604. Yes, indeed, we owe him and his companions a great debt of gratitude. St. Augustine of Canterbury, pray for us.